Sup everyone, name's Vin. I'd like to take a few minutes out of the summer stream to talk to you about my favorite versions of macOS. More specifically, my top 5 favorite versions of macOS. Why? Because I've really been talking about Windows a lot. Like, I use it as my OS and everything. Why not talk about anything other than Windows? Am I right? Yeah. Alright. Anyways, without further ado, let's do this! Number 5. macOS 9. By the way, these are my opinions. Please don't kill me if you don't agree with me. Thanks. Bye. When I talk about macOS, I usually talk about modern versions of the OS, like 10, 11, 12, 13, but I really don't talk about like the classic versions before 10 hit. And I gotta say, looking at it, it's really weird, yet so nostalgic, and it's strange because I wasn't even born at this time. And I gotta be honest with you guys, in my opinion, macOS 9 is peak PowerPC Mac. Unfortunately, there is no dock, but you can either access your apps from the icons on the right, or you can use the menu bar. The reason why I put this in number 5 and not higher is because, like, actually using the OS and kind of navigating through it is a little more difficult than in modern versions of macOS. Thank you, Apple, for fixing that. Some other features you probably don't care about is integrated support for multiple user accounts, support for voice login through voice print passwords, keychain, which allows users to save passwords and textual data encrypted in protected keychains, a software update control panel for automatic download and installation of Apple system software updates, a redesigned sound control panel, and support for USB audio, Speakable Items 2.0, also known as Plain Talk, featuring improved speech synthesis and recognition along with AppleScript integration, and all the others you probably know about. I read the Wikipedia article. Oops. But hey, those are some of the features macOS 9 has, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be useful to you if you ever try and go back to macOS 9. Who would do that in actual hardware? Maybe enthusiasts. I don't know. Oh, and personalization? Look at those themes. Oh man, those look awesome. Fun fact, I wasn't originally going to add macOS 9 to this list, but macOS 9 had a funeral when macOS 10 debuted. Oh my, Apple, why don't you do this anymore? Oh my god. Come on. Number 4. macOS 10.4 Tiger. Oh, would you look at that? macOS 10 is finally stable. Let's go. Now, because it's macOS 10.4, you would probably expect to be like no big changes in this version. Well, I'm here to tell you that you are wrong and you are stupid. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You're cool. Anyways, feature time. Let's go. Now, I didn't include the original version of macOS 10 here because it's not really my favorite. But macOS 10, as you already know, was a huge departure from classic versions of macOS. It was huge, and I really loved the theming of it too. Aqua was so cool. Okay, I just love it. Okay. Tiger introduced Spotlight, which is a powerful full text and metadata search engine which can search everything from files to iCal calendars, as well as any text within a PDF file. This feature is also used to build the concept of smart folders into the Finder. Tiger also introduced Dashboard, which adds widgets to your Mac. Come to think of it, wasn't this recently added in iPadOS? I don't know. Tiger had a full 64-bit architecture with backward support for 32-bit programs, and it also included a dictionary and thesaurus. Last but not least, Tiger also debuted VoiceOver, which is a spoken interface allowing the OS to read from the screen and to permit operation of the OS by voice command. Super astonishing how macOS Tiger actually created some important macOS features that are still available in the OS, and maybe even more Apple devices to this day. And Tiger was literally a part of my nostalgia. Even though I grew up with a macOS version that I will get to later, yeah, Tiger was awesome. Alright, next OS. Number 3, OS X El Capitan. Whoa, wait, hold on. OS X? Yeah. Apple decided it would be a good idea to rename macOS 10 to just OS X for a brief time. Until it was renamed macOS later, I think in Mojave. Yeah. That or earlier, I do not remember, but they did it at one point. Yeah. Anyways, to the OS. When I was in high school, in art class, I was required to use an iMac for my projects. It had El Capitan on it, and I think it was getting a little outdated by the time I used it. But it was an enjoyable experience. I did my projects in it. El Capitan was mostly just made for performance, security, and other improvements, but I'll just tell you some of the features anyway, because it does have some. Let's get to it. Aside from the useless fact that opening PDFs is 4 times faster, OS X El Capitan supports Metal, Apple's graphics API introduced in iOS 8 to speed up performance in games and professional applications. This was huge! Macs did not really run games that well before, and now that they added Metal and they keep on improving it, that's amazing! Pretty soon, people will game on macOS. Maybe. OS X El Capitan introduces new window management features such as creating a full screen, split screen, limited to 2 app windows side by side in full screen by pressing the green button on the left upper corner of the window or Control plus Command plus F keyboard shortcut, then snapping any supported other window to that full screen application. Oh, well, that was a lot. Spotlight was also improved with more contextual information such as the weather, stocks, news, and sports scores. Wow, talk about so much freaking information. Overall, El Capitan was fine. It was pretty cool. One of the better Mac OSs. Yeah, or should I say one of the better OS Xs. I'm so funny. Please laugh, please. Number 2, macOS 11 Big Sur. Oh boy, you obviously know I gotta add this here. Look what they've done to the UI and everything. Holy crap, look at it. Oh, wow. Big Sur changes a lot. Even the version number. This is the first version of macOS to support Apple's new and current running ARM processors. M1, M2, you know, the ARM processors. Cool visual changes include translucency in various places, a new abstract wallpaper for the first time, and a new color palette. Wow. All standard apps, as well as the dock and the menu bar, are redesigned and streamlined, and their icons now have rounded square shapes like iOS and iPadOS apps. Wow, keeping things consistent here. That's nice. Oh yeah, there's new system sounds as well. The new Notification Center features interactive notifications and a transparent user interface. It also features a new widget system similar to that in iOS 14, displaying more information with more customization than previously available. Yeah, there's like so much that changed in Big Sur that I really can't get into any more specifics. This is awesome, really awesome. But it's not as awesome as number 1. Let me show you. Number 1, macOS X Snow Leopard.
All right.
This is my favorite version of macOS. No doubt. Let me show you why. This design looks absolutely outstanding. Like the dock, holy crap, it looks so cool! Although Apple said this OS had zero new features, well, they did change some stuff, and I want to go over them. Let's do this. The Mac App Store is an app marketplace built in the image of the iOS App Store, which released in version 10.6.6. Boot Camp now allows Windows partitions to read and copy files from HFS Plus partitions. The Finder has been completely rewritten in Cocoa to take advantage of the new technologies introduced in Snow Leopard. QuickTime X, or QuickTime version 10, has been completely rewritten into a full 64-bit Cocoa application and builds on the media technologies in macOS X, such as Core Audio, Core Video, and Core Animation to deliver playback. Although Snow Leopard's features, quotation mark, was just refining and rewriting features that already exist in Leopard, this OS still holds a special place in my heart in my childhood, right next to Windows 7. Like, I really loved playing around with it and everything. I was really attached to the UI design and everything. I didn't even want to like do actual stuff on the computer. I just wanted to look at the UI. True story. And that's about it for this list. Thank you. Sorry if it was like barely edited and everything. I really wanted this to be like quick and simple, because after all, it is only a segment in the summer stream. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. I really hope you enjoyed the entire stream as well. And I'll see you all in the next video on my channel. Thank you. See ya!
Want to talk about some dedication?